What will you wish you would have done today 20 years from now? My 13-year-old daughter was recently telling me that she was beginning to set goals for herself. That's fine, I said. That's great. I'm glad that you're setting goals for yourself and trying to better yourself. And so I told her, think in terms of what would you wish that you would have done today a year from now or 20 years from now? So what will you wish you would have done in 20 years today? I was driving home from Amarillo, Texas today and realized that 20 years ago I was 21. And when I was 21 is when I began drinking regularly. Little did I know that it would lead to an 18-year addiction. I'm going to share 3 simple steps in this video to ensure that your tomorrow does not look like today. Think back 1 year. Where were you 1 year ago? It seems like time goes by so quick. The older you get, each year that goes by, it seems to go by quicker. So 1 year from today, where were you at? What was going on in your life? Are you still wishing today that you would have made a change a year ago? What change were you thinking about making 1 year ago today? Maybe you're still at a job that you hate. Maybe you're trying to lose weight. Are you still living where you don't want to live? Are you struggling in a relationship? Are you living with debt? Are you wishing that you read more? Are you wanting to spend more time with Jesus? Or are you wanting to take that trip that you've been putting off? Here are the 3 tips to ensure that tomorrow does not look like today. Tip number 1, don't wait for the stars to align. In my past, I've always thought I need to wait until everything's right, till everything's perfect, and that's a big misconception. Not everything is going to be perfect, and perfection is the enemy of progress. It's kind of like that saying that if you wait until you're ready to have kids, you're never going to have kids. You have to just start. I had to just start. Even if it's a small start, you have to start. Perhaps you want to read the Bible, but it's intimidating. Well, is just one chapter intimidating? You could do just one chapter, right? Maybe you're wanting to lose weight. Skip 1 meal, skip sugar today. Make 1 change. Join a gym. Go for a walk. It just takes action. Where can you gain efficiency with your time? Most people have a drive to work. You can use that time to listen to the Bible, to listen to podcasts, or how about this? Even just turn the radio off and use that as quiet time. I remember years ago when I was starting an Amazon business, I was so excited to learn how to do it and learn the process that every little moment of opportunity I had, I was listening to these podcasts trying to figure it out. And I would even buy a little shower speaker that sucks to the wall, and I would listen to podcasts in the shower. The change that you want and that you're after, it may not be easy, but it's simple. Tip number 2, be intentional. Jim Rohn is quoted as saying, motivation is what gets you started, but habit is what keeps you going. We all have great goals, but I'm willing to bet that most of us don't write them down, don't put them on paper, don't put them in a journal, or do a 6-month check-in on those goals. They are lost to distraction and forgotten in busyness. What happens is the goals are set, but change is not made. There is no intentionality in being consistent. Big changes come when small changes are made consistently each day. How do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. Think about this. What could you do today that will have an impact on tomorrow, a year from now, 20 years from now? Small changes can have drastic changes in your life. A lot of times when I talk to older people, the biggest regret they have is not taking care of their health when they were younger. So now that they're older, they're having to deal with medications and not getting around like they want to because of small little changes they didn't make when they were younger. Be intentional about the things that are important to you. Number 3 is make time. For years I wanted to have a morning routine, but I had convinced myself that I wasn't a morning person. And come to find out, I am a morning person. I enjoy waking up early and having quiet time before the day gets noisy and busy. The coffee even tastes better when you know everybody else is still asleep. But it's important to make time to focus on yourself. Set aside time each day for yourself, and then set aside time weekly to reflect back over the week. Maybe you need to schedule the alone time. Or if you're thinking, I don't have any free time to schedule for myself, well, do you have time to watch TV or watch YouTube? I mean, even 10 minutes of that TV or YouTube time could be spent in quiet, just focusing on yourself, your goals, and reflecting on where you're at and where you want to go. And if you're thinking, I don't even have time to watch TV, I don't have any time, well, what about the shower? The shower gives you 10 minutes of alone time where no one's gonna be there interrupting, hopefully. I mean, you know, with kids, sometimes you never know what's gonna happen, but they actually sell these little notepads that you can put in the shower that are waterproof paper that you can take little notes. They say that your most creative time is in the shower for some reason, but you can have that little waterproof notepad to jot down ideas that you get. I set aside 1 hour each Sunday evening where I sit down with my journal, I go back over the week, I see what went good, what went bad, I reflect over that past week, and then I plan for the next week. There are 24 hours in a day. We typically work 9 hours, we sleep 8 hours, which leaves 7 hours. So what are we doing with that 7 hours? We have to make a change or tomorrow will look like today.